Hey there, welcome to another one of my videos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the process of creating your own Net Navi and try to explain it as best as I can and as much as I understood it, because as far as I could tell there wasn't any clear guide on how to do it. If you ask here in the Discord server, they kind of point you towards the template here with the bot. And what this bot will do is, if you go to the Ask Buddy section and select Custom Navi, it's gonna go ahead and send you use template command to receive a starter mod file. So if you do that, no, template, sorry. Template. Here we go. And you send it. And you'll see right here, it'll show you that it'll give you an image, an animation template, form template image, and form template animation. We're not going to mess with any of these. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take an existing Megaman Navi file and modify that. I think it does a better job showing you how it works than this right here. That Megaman file is already going to include these, well, except the form change. I might go over that in a future video, but right now the only thing I want to do is just take Megaman, recolor it, and kind of mess with it a little bit. Try to explain a little bit of the file so that you understand what you're doing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the mod site, which is right here, and I'm gonna download an existing Megaman mod file. So I'm just gonna go here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go Megaman, and it should be right here. Megaman from Battle Network 6 with no crosses. I'm gonna go ahead and download this one. Download mod, and if I open it, this is in this folder. You get all the sprite sheets and everything that you need. So what I'm gonna do is have my own folder where I wanna work on it. So I'm just gonna put here. I'm gonna give it the same name, sort of what you can see here, but I'm just gonna replace Bean with my own name. So I'm just gonna go Shadis Navi Megaman recolor. All right, and now I'm gonna extract everything right over here. So if I open this, you'll see that it's the exact same sprite sheet that you'll get from the bot here, but besides that, you also get a sprite sheet for all the emotions. You'll get a sprite sheet for the Overworld sprites, which is what you're seeing right now. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go. Hang on a minute. Let's go to the Mega Man Battle Network 3 area. Sorry about that. I might cut this out from the video. I don't like hanging. Well, I do like hanging out there in Gravy, but most of the time people think that you want a net battle, and I don't want to do that right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move to ACDC Square, where I like to hang out. I might also make a video of just exploring some of the existing servers, just so you can kind of see what you currently can do in OpenNet Battle. But for now, I'm just going to leave my Navi here in ATDC Square. I usually read all the BBS to see what other players have to post. But anyway, I'm getting off track, off topic. So yeah, you can see here, you also get an overworld sprite sheet, a PET. I'm not exactly sure where this is used. I'll have to check after it's done. You get a preview. This is what they use for the mod side. You get an overworld animation, which is just as important as the as an overworld sprite sheet. And you get a mug, and this is what you get when you try to log out. It's gonna be this this animation right here. The current Navi that I have doesn't have an animation, so all you see is static. So just gonna go ahead and open up Navi. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna modify this, and you can use any program you want to create your own sprite sheet. In this case, since I'm using a recolor of Megaman, the sprite sheet is already done. So I'm gonna open a new tab called Pixel. No, it's Piskel. Piskel. There we go. Which is an online sprite editor. I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new sprite. Let me move this over here. I'm gonna import an image. I'm gonna import from a PNG image. As you can see here, I'm gonna go with the Navi import as a single image. Okay. And here you go. As you can see, these are all the sprites used in battle. So right now, these are the stock ones for Megaman. We'll see in the animation file how it's used. But for now, we're just going to worry about the sprites. And what I'm going to do, since this is just an edit to Megaman, I'm just going to go ahead and, you just use any color that I kind of want to use. So the neat thing about Pixel is that it lets you recolor the whole sprite, this whole sprite sheet to any similar color that you want. So, for example, if I want to use, say, like not entirely black, but let's say dark gray, and I select here, paint all pixels of the same color, it's gonna paint this one and all the other sprites that use this same pixel color. So this is extremely useful for what I'm doing right now, which is I could never get oops. Does support Control Z. So for the lighter blue, I'm gonna use a lighter gray right here. Let's see how it looks. Not a big fan. Let's try and do it a little darker right here. Yeah, I think this looks better overall. So what I'm gonna do with the blue is actually I want to do a yellow line here, right here. Wait, huh? Oh, okay. A little bit green right there. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, and then give it a little bit of darker color for these darker blue parts. Maybe a little darker. Actually, you know what? It's not gonna work because I'm gonna have to recolor every single one of them. So to make this video shorter, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with this. Let's see how it looks green. A little darker. And a little darker, but I still want to see the green right here. And finally, actually, let's do a little lighter than that. Right there. I think looks like puke green. I might just go with that. Just to do something quick. And there. Completely recolored Megaman. Maybe just attention to detail. Nah, I don't need that much attention to detail. Maybe there's like a little bit of blue left over, but no, overall, I think this should work. All right, so after that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and export as a PNG, and there we go. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and move this over, copy, move this over to over here and replace it. Now if I open it, completely green. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go use a Spritesheet tool. Let me see if I can find it here. Should be in help. Okay, it's called, let me see. Keristero sprite tool. Let me just move over this here. Keristero sprite sheet tool. Let me see if I can find the link to the tool. No. Yeah, here we go. All right, now we're gonna go. No, this isn't it, is it? There was a website that already had the Spritesheet tool. Let me see if I can find it. Is it? It's not GitHub. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this one's it. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, we can use the Spritesheet tool to modify the animations and kind of give your Navi special movements, special idle animations. But for the sake of being brief, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how it works. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna load the Megaman animation, and all of this is this file. All it does is tells the game where to get where in the sprite sheet to get the sprites needed for every single animation. So I'm gonna show you how you're gonna view it. So what you're gonna do here is just gonna go ahead and replace sheet. It's gonna tell you to replace the input sheet. So I'm just gonna copy this file and just paste it here. This is my Megaman recolor. And now if you check the animations, you'll see that now you can actually view how the animations are gonna look in game. So my movement, it's gonna take, these are the sprites that it's gonna take. My shooting, don't worry about the Buster not showing up. There's an extra animation here called Buster that the game, the engine, is gonna automatically combine these two, and that's how it shows um, the actual animation. So just so you understand, the Megaman dot animation file is just code, and this tool is how you can easily view that code. So I think that's the best way I could put it. That's kind of how I understand it. Is in this file you're gonna declare, so to speak, all the different animations, and this is where you're gonna change any animation or declare or make your own animation. So for now, since I'm just doing a Megaman sprite edit, all the animations are already done. And if you want to go deeper into it, it's pretty easy to create your own animation. If you go to the help thread on Discord, it'll show you how to actually create step by step, like idle animations, attack animations. So you could do quite a few different things, and it'll even show you here what each animation means. So yeah, I'm not gonna go that deep into it, but yeah, it's there if you need it. So since I'm not gonna make any edit to the animations, I could go ahead and close this animation project. And now we're gonna do the same thing with the overworld sprites. For the sake of not dragging this tutorial on for too long, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new sprite. I'm gonna import, import from PNG. Gonna select the overworld animation, overworld sprite sheet, and there we go. And I'm just gonna do a quick recolor of the overworld sprites. So let's do, for the body, we're just gonna do darker gray, almost black. Then we're gonna go ahead and do a little lighter right here. The only bad thing about the overworld sprite is that it uses almost the same blue for the boots and the gloves, the hands. So I'm gonna try and be careful here. That Megaman butt. Just gonna go with a lighter gray for this one. See, you can see here that it already replaced some of the boot. So you know what? I'm just gonna go with what was the code for the dark green I was using here? I'm gonna go ahead and copy this over here. Yep. Just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go with a lighter green. Sure, why not? Then I'm just gonna go darker and darker. It looks really ugly. You know what? I'm gonna do a lighter green. I want to do a lighter green on the shoes. Or actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with black. Stick with black and gray. I don't want to go through the hassle of modifying every single pixel. So full black for these, I think. No, that doesn't look good. This. Maybe I should replace the green, but nah, I'm just gonna keep it that way. I don't want to take too long on that. And I'm just gonna do export PNG. There we go. So I'm just gonna replace the overworld here. Right, and now I'm just gonna bring it all together. I'm just gonna show you here real quick how you can view how your animation for the overworld is gonna look. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna replace sheet here, and I'm gonna copy over the overworld sprites. So just do copy and paste. And as you can see here, it's showing you, you know, how your Navi is going to look with all the different animations. So there's quite a lot of animations, you know, walking animation, running animation in all directions. So make sure you have all of them covered. It's already made, so I would, if you want to make changes to it, I would check out other Navis, how they have their animation set. And if you still have questions on how it's done, I would ask on the Discord server. They're always very helpful. You know, they'll help you out if you have any questions. And now we're going to get into the programming side. So they use Lua. I'm not very familiar with this programming language, but you know, everything here, right, what I'm doing right here is I'm just changing the Navi name to what I, you know, to what I want, and make sure it's different to any existing Navis that you have, because I'm pretty sure the same as any programming language, it's going to have an issue if you have duplicate Navi names. So make sure you change that. And as you can see here, everything is declared. The animation files, the sprite sheets. So just, I'm not too familiar with it. I might get into it in the future, just to make my Navi even more custom. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. So let me just close this. Sorry about that. And you know, we're just gonna bring it all together. We're just gonna zip it up. So let me add to archive. Just gonna use zip, no compression, well, normal compression, and just, all right, we have our zip. And what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the resources, mods, and players folder. I'm just going to place it down here. Okay. And I'm just going to close the game and reload it. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you how it's going to look in the end. So this was a very fast edit. It's pretty bad in my opinion, but you can get into it as much detail as you want. Like if you want your very own custom Navi with its own animations and everything, you're gonna have to invest a lot of time in it. I will do that myself. I want to make my own sprite sheet, my own battle animations and everything. So I'll invest more time with it. I'll try and learn a little bit of the programming, because I do want to create a few custom attacks. Here I'm just going to show you how it looks in battle with the test dummies, and you could always get out of these battles, and you can use these battles to test out custom attacks, how your Navi is going to look with different chips. The engine does most of the heavy lifting for you, so which is great. But yeah, you see here, my buster looks normal, everything looks normal, and I mean my overworld sprite is ugly, but I'll work on that. I'll make my own custom Navi, and yeah, nobody's online right now, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to review with this. That's all I wanted to do in this tutorial, and that's it from my part. I'll make more videos as I get more into detail regarding the Navi creation, and and thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see me go more into depth into the Navi creation. I do want to create my own area as well. That's all for me. Thank you, and see you next video.